project, and kind of what role you even play in this project?
Well, the project kind of came together with us, the YMCA looking to build a swimming pool in Bettendorf, and the city of Bettendorf looking to build a pool. We started talking, we thought, boy, what if we pool our money, and maybe we could even build a much bigger, grander pool without raising taxes. And the project kind of started moving along. We started talking, and one idea led to another, and then including the ice with that. And then we needed a space for our gymnastic ninja that served about 400 or 500 kids monthly. So Life Fitness came into play, and we for years wanted a early learning center, state licensed childcare in this area of town. So we have a great need for a building like the Life Fitness Center. We think we would repurpose it into a YMCA Youth Sports Center, do a lot of winter basketball, soccer, and it just kind of fit. One thing led to another, and here we are today.
And Brad, what is your title and position? I don't think I got that.
President CEO.
President and CEO.
Of the YMCA of the Iowa Mississippi Valley.
Gotcha. And is this one of the largest projects you've had to work on just this year alone, or have you had bigger projects?
Well, Bittner was $24 million for the new Bittner YMCA downtown, and presently we'll be opening the North Scott Community YMCA probably late November, early December, and that's about a $12 million project. So we do have a lot of projects on the docket right now.
How much?
As far as the YMCA. Yeah.
Sorry. How much are you expecting to invest into the Life Fitness Center to change it to your...
Originally, we haven't gotten any cost estimates at all yet, because we want to get the council to approve something before we get the cart in front of the horse. So we have about $1 million set aside to repurpose what was the swimming pool and the fitness center over there into a child care center. But we haven't hired an architect or anything what that looks like. We believe we can make it work. There's plumbing in that area and everything, but we haven't gotten any designs or anything.
And what would the timeline look like if the council approves this sale of the Life Fitness Center?
Well, in January, we would start the Gymnastics Ninja in 23 right away at the Life Fitness Center. We'd also start youth basketball over there right away, probably some elements of the youth fitness. Tennis would stay as is, probably for 18 months to 24 months. At that time, we'll look at everything of the tennis. Long term, we would love to get an indoor recreational soccer complex for kids that don't do traveling teams and that sort of. There's really no place for them. I mean, unless you want to spend a lot of money on the weekend and really getting the travel ball. We're looking at an indoor recreational soccer here somewhere that we can get that, so the kids that want to play 6 or 8 games can do that in the winter and have leagues like that, just like we do in basketball right now. That's what we envision with this center, is more of a recreational sports center, nothing to do with competitive or travel ball or anything. These are kids that more than likely aren't going to make the varsity team, but still want to play sports and be involved. And that's what our vision is for this complex.
Yeah, and so you talked about, you'd offer indoor tennis for 18 to 24 months and then reevaluate. What would you be looking at in that reevaluation?
The cost and how many players there are, how is it going, just like we evaluate any program that we do today or any branch facility that we have today. We are a nonprofit, but we are a nonprofit business, and we do need to make people that do things for us expect to get paid, and that's part of our, we reevaluate like we would anything else that we do.
Definitely. And can you talk a little bit about the Ninja part of it? What is that?
Well, it's kind of neat. We started Ninja not knowing a lot about it about 18 months ago. Huge home run for us. Ninja mainly attracts boys, and it attracts a lot of young men that, again, don't do competitive sports, but they want to do something. And so if you go out to the TBK Sports Complex right now, we have the Ninja Zone set up. We'd love to add to it. There's all kinds of elements for the Ninja. It's gymnastics, basic gymnastics a little bit, but the kids wear the headbands and the ninja outfit, and really a cool thing. We've had huge success with it. A lot greater success than we ever imagined that we would have.
So you offer programs at TBK?
We do right now. We did for the last 3 years, and we're moving out of there now over to here.
And so, Brad, would the $1 million cost include acquisition of Life Fitness Center?
No, that's just
Do you know what the acquisition cost would be?
the acquisition cost is in the entire dollars that we're giving towards the project.
Right, right. And what's the square footage of the building?
I think it's about 65,000, I believe. The city might know better than I do, but that's close.
And what was the most recent improvements at the Bettendorf Y? I know you did an expansion, remodeling. When was that? What did that cost?
That cost $4 million. I believe that was 16 around in there. Yeah, you know, I think right now we have capacity to serve everybody. We're adding North Scout, which is another 40,000 square feet. Right now, out of COVID, Bettendorf's got 13,500 members. In 2019, pre-COVID, it had 15,500. We just built a new Bittner YMCA. It's got about 10,500 members right now. It was built to serve 14,000 members. So you can see by everything that we're doing, we have a lot of capacity to add members and membership.
And with you guys transitioning over this way, how's the community been responding with, you know, people in your programs, things like that? What kind of outcome are you guys expecting with transitioning over here, and how is the community responding?
I can't answer how the community is responding because this is kind of fresh from last night. I perceive that it'll be well. I think our gymnastics ninja will do well in this location. Our basketball last year, winter basketball, I think had, I get a lot of numbers in my head this morning, but I think it's about 600-700 kids. So this will give us another avenue for the little guys, like the 3 to 5 years old. And we'll use the Bettendorf Y. We used the Bittner Y last year for basketball. And then we started an outreach basketball program at the West YMCA. So we do a lot of, so we can utilize this space with the sports programs that we do. Again, we don't really do any competitive sports programs. All of our programs is rec, everybody plays, you know, and that's kind of our place in the market, in the sports market.
And with Life Fitness Center, when you say focusing on the youth rec, it's not necessarily duplicating what Bettendorf Y already offers?
Bettendorf Y, you know, we per se don't think of ourselves as a Bettendorf location, Utica location. We're kind of one Y serving the Iowa side of the river, and we kind of pool our resources. The Bittner Y didn't provide basketball, but we played basketball games at the Bittner Y. So I mean, we utilize all of our space. We're not a federated structure YMCA's. We have 6, soon to 7 branch locations, and we really operate them as one. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, if you've kind of touched on this in different answers, but could you just speak to why the YMCA wants this space and what the demand is for it?
Well, we can use the space for our gymnastics ninja, 400 or 500 kids. We can use it for fall basketball and winter basketball. We'd love to get some kind of a youth personal training center set up. Maybe not for the competitive athlete again, but maybe for the ninja kid that also wants to do some weightlifting, or mom and dad want them to get off the couch, or little sis, you know, and do something. The pool and the fitness, for years we've been looking for a Bettendorf location for an early learning center. But real estate out here in Bettendorf and the margin you have with early child care, the two don't come together. Because it's just very costly child care. It's a state problem and a national problem. And with this center, we think we might have an opportunity to finally do that.
And do you have child care at the other Y locations?
We only have early learning centers at the Davenport location and the Palmer Center, both in Davenport. We have nothing here other than before and after school care and our camp location.
What's the Palmer Center?
It's an early learning center, infant through 6-year-old child care, licensed child care.
Is it one of the Y branches?
Yes. Yep.
Is that at the Bittner?
Palmer Early Learning Center is right across the street from Palmer College there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then the Davenport location, I think Bittner
Right in front of
has.
Bittner.
Okay, yeah.
And what's the total capacity for the two?
Both of them are about 100 to 120. We have a waiting list right now. I was just on a conference call this week with most Ys, and some Ys have had as much as 450 kids on a waiting list for child care and before and after school care. We'll probably start the year around 200 to 250 kids on a waiting list. We can't find staff.
Are they geared for Y members or open to anyone?
Open to anyone.
Right.
And with staffing being an issue, how do you all perceive it'll be here?
That's a great $100 question. I mean, we're challenged every day like most businesses. we're no different. Some days, this summer was pretty good with camp. We're able to staff and find. We think by the end of September, middle of October, we plan that we'll have staff, we'll find some staff. It just takes a while for the college kids to get back, and we are very dependent on the 17 to 22-year-old for a lot of our positions.
And coming after Vintner and the North Scott facilities, you're taking over a third of the water park costs and the operation of the water park. Financially, is that a challenge?
Financials, when you run a nonprofit and you're dealing with escalating salaries and inflation, it's always on our minds. I mean, like any other business, running a business in this time, it's always a challenge. Our YMCA is very financially stable right now. Most wise, I would not have the capital to put into a project like this. We're in a very blessed position. We have very good donors in this community, and we have very, just very good support from the community. Our annual support campaign this year raised a new high number of over 900,000. So we had tremendous support from the community with the YMCA. We're very blessed.
So, like Kim was saying, no tax increases with the project. I assume no membership fee increases.
That's a great question. Last time we've increased our memberships was 2009.
Really,
Was the last time we increased our memberships. We don't plan on increasing anytime soon. Because of inflation and pressures on salaries, we are increasing program fees, but we have not touched membership, and we don't plan to.
Right. And Eldridge, you said late November opening?
Yeah. Having some issues with the tiling of the pool, labor. The rest of it will be open October 1st, other than the pool.
Oh, you have?
We won't open it, but it'll be ready to open.
Ready to open.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on
Yeah.
this. It's very exciting.